The NBA regular season is just about over, which means the race for MVP is also concluding. There's a lot of speculation about who will come out on top and claim the NBA's top player prize, but it seems that most people are certain that Jokic will win the trophy for the second year in a row. Will Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets claim back-to-back MVP titles? Stay tuned and see how we break it down for you. Today's video will be about why what Nikola Jokic is doing may never be seen again. The battle for the NBA MVP is as open as ever, and now it's a race between Jokic, Antetokounmpo, and Embiid, all competing for the award. 100 ESPN reporters voted on which player should take home the award. Jokic was voted as an MVP by 62 journalists and collected 860 points. Today, we will talk about Nikola Jokic and why he deserves the MVP. But before all that, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. If you have any similar or different ideas why Nikola Jokic should win the MVP, hit the comment section as I would love to hear your opinion. Let's keep rolling. The Denver Nuggets are in the middle of a tight positioning battle out in the West right now. At the moment, they are sitting at the 6th spot in the conference with just a few regular season games remaining in their schedule. Unfortunately for reigning MVP Nikola Jokic and co., star forward Michael Porter Jr. has apparently suffered a concerning injury setback in his road to recovery. There was some optimism about MPJ potentially returning to Denver during their last few regular season games, but with this recent update, that's now looking highly unlikely. The setback, according to one source, stemmed from overcompensation and overwork amid his rehab. Another source familiar with Porter's injury called it nothing major. Despite playing without star guard Jamal Murray and forward Michael Porter Jr., the Nuggets are currently 14 games above 500. The team's second leading scorer is Will Barton. Monte Morris is second on the team in assists. Aaron Gordon is Denver's second-best rebounder. Thanks to Jokic's all-around brilliance, the Nuggets share the Northwest Division's first place with the Utah Jazz. Simply put, Nikola Jokic is in the process of authoring one of the greatest statistical seasons the NBA has ever witnessed. He is averaging a mind-boggling 26.3 points on 57.6% shooting, 13.6 rebounds, 8.0 assists, 1.4 steals, and 0.9 blocks in just 33.2 minutes per game. He leads the Nuggets in each of those statistical categories and is on pace to become just the 5th player in league history to finish the season ranking in the top 10 in points, boards, and dimes. The other 4 are Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, Oscar Robertson, and Russell Westbrook. When it comes to advanced metrics, Jokic's production is even more prolific. He leads all players in Raptor, a new modern NBA metric, and ESPN's RPM this season. Oh, and he's on track to record the highest single-season PER, 32.68, and best box plus-minus, 13.83 in NBA history. To help put Joker's 2021-22 stats in context, consider this. He is averaging more rebounds than Tim Duncan or Hakeem Olajuwon in their MVP seasons. He is averaging more assists than Stephen Curry or Derrick Rose in their MVP seasons. He is averaging more points than Charles Barkley or Julius Erving in their MVP seasons. He is shooting a higher percentage from the floor than Shaquille O'Neal or Moses Malone during their MVP seasons. He is shooting a higher percentage from three-point range than LeBron James in either of his first 2 MVP seasons. The NBA's first 82-game season since 2018-19 will wrap on April 10, and not everyone made it to the end of the marathon. This year will be remembered for its changing of the guard. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and Chris Paul all opened 2021-22 as leading MVP candidates, only to be sidelined one by one with significant injuries that opened the door for the under-30 crowd. A similar theme emerged across several other major awards, which saw Gen Z newcomers shake up the status quo. Coming off a sparkling 2021 MVP campaign, Jokic defied all reasonable expectations by raising his stellar all-around game under even more challenging circumstances. Jokic leads the NBA in a long list of advanced statistics: player efficiency rating, win shares, real plus-minus, and value over replacement player. What's more, his 26, 13, and 8 stat line has never been matched in league history. But there's more to Jokic's case than his stranglehold on wonky numbers. With Jamal Murray sidelined all season and Michael Porter Jr. limited to just 9 games, Jokic never wavered or complained as he led the undermanned Denver Nuggets in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. On several occasions, Jokic, who has outgrown his early career reputation as a defensive liability, even delivered game-saving plays on defense. Eye-popping playmaking remains Jokic's bread and butter, and he has led the Nuggets to the number 6 offense in the league despite their injury issues. During a tumultuous season marked by severe illness-related interruptions, Jokic has missed just 7 games, enjoying better availability than his top MVP challengers. Denver, which is on pace for 48 wins and one of the West's 6 guaranteed playoff spots, might very well have finished in the conference basement without its franchise centerpiece. Jokic is putting up crazy numbers this year. He is scoring more points and more rebounds than he was last year when he won his first MVP award. The fact that he's only improving on last year's historic season is astounding. But when you look at how he operates on the floor, Jokic is even more impressive. He has been a magician on the court in terms of ball movement, and for a guy with his size, he is moving quickly and seamlessly like a man half his size. It's true that the Nuggets are in 6th place, which is a far cry from where they want to be at the end of the regular season. But when you measure Jokic on his playing ability, few people come close to him. With just a week until the end of the season, the NBA's MVP race is heating up, and according to the latest straw poll, it's still a 2-horse affair. And it's hard to argue that Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic have not been the 2 most valuable players this season when looking at the numbers. But the numbers only tell half of the story. Regardless of whether it is fair or not, the MVP race is not just about numbers, it is narrative-driven, and some of the other contenders have the more compelling narrative. The narrative for Jokic is simple. He is consistently carrying Denver on his back and without the team's other 2 big weapons. Michael Porter Jr. has been virtually sidelined for the entire season alongside star Jamal Murray, meaning opposing defenses know shutting down Jokic is the key to stopping the Nuggets. The only problem? No one seems to have worked out how to do that just yet. Jokic ranks 10th in points, 8th in assists, and 2nd in rebounds per game, and is the only player in the league to place in the top 10 in all 3 categories. What's more, no other Nugget outside of Jokic is averaging over 15 points per game, further proving just how much of a burden the MVP candidate is carrying. It is almost expected of Jokic now that he will carry the Nuggets without complaint, and that in and of itself can work against him. Everyone loves a more captivating narrative to get behind, and what Jokic is doing is not necessarily surprising, although teammate Austin Rivers says it should get a whole lot more respect. Everybody always complains about guys like that who get the ball that much, but they don't realize how hard it is to have that on your shoulders every night, Rivers said. That man, he plays every single night with the weight of carrying us on his shoulders. Every night. And that's not a burden that most guys can take. There's like 3 or 4 guys in the league that can do that. The Denver Nuggets have 4 games left at the time of writing before they head into the playoffs if they can avoid the play-in tournament down the stretch. And what do you guys think? Will Jokic beat Embiid and win the MVP this year? How much will the team's success affect his chances? I would love to hear back from you, so please don't be shy and let me know what you think in the comments. Oh, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel if you want to hear more NBA stories from around the league. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.